Hello and welcome back. So, we've finally made it back to the end, and I made a couple of changes with the character. Specifically, somehow this time I was able to just not make a decision for Yatsley. I don't know what changed, but she made a decision on her own, and the decision was to go back to Koalichi, which was quite interesting to me. And aside from that, I discovered there was a strangled Adra in this place, which I was not aware of at the time. I guess I just straight up missed it because it didn't really look any different from anything else that was in the game, or in this zone, I should say.
On your right. Envoy to the right.
And I got this ability, which is, pretty good, gotta say. It's a pretty good one.
Under my protection.
Pretty good one. It's the, I forget exactly what it's called, but it's the one that, allows you to hit in quick successions. That you get much later on.
Work up, Envoy. Dodge this! Behind you!
That's not fair. Of course it's not enough to kill him.
Coming from your right.
Nice, they killed it.
That'll show him.
Alright, level 28. So, we will make our save right here. Boom. Point of no return.
You have come at last, after so long. You are so small, we questioned if you were real. Then steps, a voice, through armies and corrupted soil, you persevered. Now, you are here.
Yes. Here to stop the Dream Scourge. There's not much time.
The rot. We feel it festering and spreading. What is it but an extension of our pain? Your Dream Scourge will end when our suffering does. We were innocent once. We woke, and we wanted nothing but connection. But the other gods imprisoned us, left us to suffer alone in this place. But you are here now. You found us, a sprout in the endless winter. There is little time. We would be freed from these bonds. The Strangler is close now. We feel her wire against our flesh.
You mean Rodica?
She begs for our blood. Her wolves defile the city on the shore.
Wait, is something happening in Paradise?
Blood on the tile. The people's cries ring in our ears. She pierces us now. Now we will not brook this. Not again. A spark. Wait. The essence bends here. Time flows into itself. You can reach her. Will the garden to open, it will take you there.
But what do I do? How?
Breathe. Focus. Shape the essence with your hands. We were everything. What have we lost? What multitudes could we contain? We could run, leap in the water, flourish in forgotten hills.
We need to talk about what you did, Sapadal.
We must. We shall. We have been thinking of this. We mourn our past. We only seek peace now. A chance to regrow.
The only way I can set you free is if you truly want to change.
We trust you. You who have been by our side for so long. You met death, and you sought vengeance.
I couldn't trust Eagwolf not to kill me again.
Could not trust, but you taught us trust, and we trust you. Give us peace. We want a chance to change. We deserve that opportunity.
Which ending do I want to do first? I kind of want to kill her. If I really sit down and think about it. I'm leaning much more heavily on kill Sapadal right now, just because there's been so many people pushing for it, and I'm curious what would happen if that's perceived as the bad end. Because so many people say that, even fucking non-Drew said to do it. So I'm curious about that. I can't. I don't know if I can trust you.
And yet you too have been trusted with so much. Have you deserved that trust? We deserve more than this prison. Let us have a chance to rest. We want peace. Or do you have no more mercy for us than you did for the bear?
What are you talking about?
The beautiful thing you killed. Already you have forgotten. We asked what you would do with an animal that sickened after a fight. Do you remember what you said?
Close the wound. Disinfect it. Heal it.
More than anything, that is what we desire too. Treat us as you would the bear. Clean our wounds, heal us. Grant us the same. The time has come for you to act. End our pain, and the dream scourge will cease. Give us peace. It is all we have wanted for so long.
Freedom or destruction? Is there really no other way?
Perhaps there may be another path. What if the bear spirit came to inhabit another's flesh? Unity, emergence, we would become one.
Absolutely not.
Think of it. You would never be desolate again. You would never wonder about your place in this world. You would not question if you were loved, and no one would dare question your right to live. And we would never be alone. We would be entwined with your heart.
No. I'm ending you now, Sapadal.
What? Perhaps... we deserve this. Yes. After all we have done. At least, we shall know peace.
I was not expecting them to be like, okay. I was expecting a fight. Not for them to just give up and just say, yeah, you're probably right, just kill me. Like, Jesus. I'm sorry.
Silence. Stillness. We are done. Unsown. Peace.
I still think it's really funny my companions just appear.
Andra's depths. Are we back in Dawnshore? Already?
That must have taken an incredible power. Beyond all mortal understanding. How do you feel?
Lie. Interesting. When I absorbed, or when I merged with Sapadal, it wasn't a lie, but this is. Unwell. You?
The same, unfortunately. Though I will rally my spirits. Whatever happened back there, it appears our work isn't finished yet.
Are you seeing this? I don't think Paradise looked like this when we left it.
Looks like the war already started, and the giant roots are winning.
Marius, vines don't usually get that big this quickly, do they?
Based on their growth and size, I'd say we've been gone 2 or 3 weeks.
2 or 3 weeks?
Hey, at least you didn't let 6 years go by.
Who knows if the garden affected time, or merely our perception of time? Assuming there's even a difference.
It's like how a body fights an infection. The fever gives you strange dreams that feel like an eternity.
Look at this place. It feels like we're still in the dream. And not just us. Those are more your people's ships in the harbor, and steel garrote banners past the barricades. That can't be good.
Even Raingrim is here. Perhaps we'll get to see an Archmage in action.
I think I see Elia as well. What a strange reunion this will be.
The Blessed Day Wardens are here too. That conflict we've been trying so hard to prevent started without us.
That's fine. I'm used to ending fights I didn't start.
Always better than the reverse.
The Steel Garrote have been itching for a fight this whole time. This would have happened with or without us.
Before we go, what happened back there with the Dream Scourge and Sapadal?
Sapadal is gone forever. And the Dream Scourge with them.
Glad the Dream Scourge is over, but I can't help but think killing a god will have consequences.
I'm sure it wasn't easy. But I think that's for the best, Envoy.
I can't believe Sapadal is gone. For better or worse, the spiritual health of the living lands depended on them. What now?
We took out the Dream Scourge and Sapadal in one fell swoop. Quite impressive, really.
I don't know how I should feel.
There is no right way to feel. Though it may seem illogical, you are allowed to experience grief and relief at once.
We should take a look. See if we can get ahead of whatever storm is brewing down there.
People seem to be gathering west of here. Whatever's happening, let's be a part of it.
Sansa. They marched in with no warning. I couldn't think. I just ran.
Easy. You're here now. Where did they come from?
Envoy! What does the Garrote think they're doing?
Whatever it takes to show Paradis that they're in charge.
What's the point of exploring if you just want to plant your flag everywhere?
Is everything alright at the Emporium?
They broke some glass, but the map is safe. They didn't think I was worth the trouble.
Right now, that's a good thing.
If you're looking for survivors, a few of us fled to the Balrog.
How many?
I'm not sure. I saw Sapiento. God, I hope they're not trapped in there. I am sorry I can't be more help.
You've done enough.
You always were a forgiving friend.
We should move. Let's hope the Garrote hasn't made it to the Balrog yet.
Envoy, wait! Before you go, I may have something for you. I took some supplies when I ran. If you think they'll help, they're yours. I'll even give you a discount. You know, for saving the city and everything.
Ganner to look. Yeah, we're just gonna buy all of that. That's all we really need anyway. Oh. Well, hold on. I can also sell him all of my gems. Perfect. Probably just made all my money back. I don't think we really need to go over all the people that are here. Mostly because we've already done that in the original ending. It went very poorly.
A familiar face. We meet again, Envoy. Paradis burns, thanks to Ludwine and the Steel Garrote laying siege to it. But the Dream Scourge is gone.
How? I killed Ludwine at Mount Fjorja.
It wouldn't be the first time she's come back.
It's remarkable how hard you mortals fight for causes that'll be forgotten within centuries. Still, I do think the world has been irrevocably, if minimally, changed by your actions.
Untrue. I made it so that Sapadal is gone. That is world-changing.
The end of a god is a complicated thing. It may take centuries for the repercussions to fully reveal themselves. Mostly, I'm curious about whether you think you've made the right choice.
The decision I made was what felt correct in the moment.
Wise answer, that. I am interested in seeing the outcome of your story, Envoy. With luck, it won't end with you also on fire.
I hope we meet again in better circumstances.
Unfortunately, you'll likely be dead the next time I return to the Living Lands. Goodbye, Envoy. And Yardsley, I do look forward to when all of this is done. I am eager to work with you.
Oh, yes. We'll, discuss that later.
Oh, Envoy. How good to see you here as we stand together at the brink of this historic event. I don't know if thank you is precisely what I want to say, but I am grateful to you for bringing Dolna's theft to light. Paradise burns from the torches of the Steel Garrote. The people of the Living Lands stand ready to defend their home.
This will simply be another victory in my books.
I have no doubt that this will be only another chapter for you. But nevertheless, whatever the outcome of the upcoming battle, do not forget us. I fear that more than our deaths. If Adir and the Steel Garrote have their way, they'll strip the history books of any mention of our culture and our ways. Future generations would only ever know us as an appendage of the Empire. I hope it doesn't come to that.
Even if Adir triumphs, I will ensure that historians do their duty.
It is all I can ask for. That's as much as I'll say. You have a role in deciding what happens next. Do the right thing, Envoy. Let history remember you for the correct reasons.
Giata, where have you been?
Where haven't I been? I journeyed to the heart of the Living Lands, where time held its breath, and dreams had more substance than reality.
May I see it?
Not if you value your life. The fighting has to stop.
Envoy, I knew you'd show up eventually.
How is Emerald Stair? More importantly, how are you?
Thriving on both counts, I'm happy to report. My revenants were just getting comfortable in Thirdborn when the Steel Garrote stepped out of line. When I heard tensions were brewing, I thought to myself, this is a job for the undead. So I gathered the flock.
Good thinking. Nice to see you, Elia.
Likewise. I'll keep them on a tight leash, just in case the Steel Garrote breach our defenses. Better to have them and not need them. Oh, and I've been meaning to thank you. Whatever you did in the garden seems to have worked. Emerald Stair is healing, believe it or not. Once this is over, our crops will flourish like never before.
The Dream Scourge is behind us, thankfully.
Indeed. The metaphysical currents of the Living Lands are beginning to settle. Best of luck out there. And don't worry about a thing. My flock will keep us safe and secure.
Thank you, Elia. My compliments to the flock, as always.
I wasn't worried until she said that. Let's get out of here.
The Envoy. Is that you? Envoy, how did you... I don't know.
It's great to see you again, but where the fuck did you come from?
You just appeared out of nowhere.
Never mind that. I'm guessing you two worked everything out.
Close enough.
Once word about Paradis reached us, we were allowed to go.
That's not important right now, Radut.
Right. Forgive me, Envoy. I won't keep you long. I just want to make one request while you're here. As much as you can, be good to the living lands.
I'll promise you I can do what's best for the living lands.
I'm holding you to your word, Envoy. Don't fuck us over.
Yeah, we're not gonna really talk to everybody just because we've pretty much already done that last time. Nobody's dead or alive differently, if that makes any sense. So it really doesn't matter. But we will conversate with our crew.
There you are, Envoy. You ready for this?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Understood. Same here. I guess whatever happens, at least we stopped the Dream Scourge, right? This is just cleanup. Just figuring out who controls the living lands from here out.
Right. It's just politics.
Someone once told me that war is just applied politics. Never really understood what that meant. Anyway, you should get some rest. Oh, if you need to rehearse any speeches or whatever, make sure you do it in front of someone else.
You don't want to hear my speech?
It's not that I don't want to. It's that I'd just rather not. Talk to you later, Envoy.
So, here we are. The first and last battle for the living lands.
There will be others. Conflict is inevitable. Nah, fuck that. Stay close to me. We'll get through this together.
If the garden didn't kill us, I don't think anything can. Metaphysically, the battle is already over. Sapadal is gone, and the Dream Scourge with them. But politically, we have a small mess to tidy up.
We have unfinished business with the Steel Garrote.
I intend to send a message to the Steel Garrote. And it won't be subtle. Anyway, who knows what tomorrow will bring. So let's be grateful for today. You've earned a little peace of mind.
We all have. I'd settle for one dreamless night under the stars.
Get some rest then. Let me take the first watch. Besides, I need to tinker on the phantasmal focus. Make sure it's ready for war. Don't stay up too late. Go on then. I'm listening. Go on then.
Yeah, she's got nothing else.
Not before I've done some reading.
Except she does.
He really
still have
must
something.
stop.
She's got nothing else.
I'll keep
Kai?
watch. Get all the rest you need.
Yeah, you didn't even get a conversation out of him anymore.
We should take a moment to acknowledge what happened back there. You killed a god. The god of the living lands. Your god. How does it feel?
Dreadful. As if I lost part of myself.
That will pass. If not in this lifetime, then hopefully the next. What a loss. But to exist is not always a kindness. There is peace in death for those who knew none in life. Sapadal's imprisonment shaped this island. Now that everything's changed, I'm curious what will happen. We cannot know if the living lands will normalize or destabilize as a result of our actions.
Either way, things couldn't have continued as they had.
For better or worse, change is inevitable. Let's hope it all works out in the end, because the other gods aren't coming to answer our prayers. I hope you don't mind me bringing it up. The subject matter is a bit much for our little camp.
For you, anything.
You're too kind. I want you to know this has been an unforgettable experience. Wherever we go from here, I'm grateful to have been a part of it. Until next time. You too.
Let me upgrade my shit real quick and then we'll hit the road. So let's see how this changes, too.
Envoy? Is it really you? Mihala told us you went into some place called the Garden to seek a god?
When you didn't return, we took you for dead.
What did you see there? The god you felt in Nakutadek?
It's too preposterous to believe. How could a plague be ended by speaking with a god?
Everyone, please, please. We could get to the bottom of this if you would only let them speak. It's been weeks, Envoy. What happened?
I discharged my duty to the Emperor. I ended the Dream Scourge.
Finally, a ray of sunlight shines through the storm cloud.
I will not grovel at the Envoy's feet for solving a plague I am not convinced was real.
Consider yourself blessed to be so ignorant, then. Thirdborn lost more good people than wardens with wits.
You know nothing of me or my people, you fucking pirate!
Warden Commander, look around you. Is this really the time?
We believe the Dream Scourge was a malady of the soul. How did you put an end to it, Envoy?
I met the god of the living lands and destroyed them.
Sapadal was responsible for the Dream Scourge. Their rage, their confusion, their fear.
So you say. But Shatterscarp is still littered with dream thralls, and Temerty is still pacing her room muttering in the dark.
There won't be any new infections. We've put a stop to that for good. Unfortunately, there's little we can do for those already in the grip of the Dream Scourge. We can give them comfort, nothing more. This will be a process. The Dream Scourge was never going to simply go away overnight.
I suppose it stands to reason. I found that a quick fix is often anything but. What of this god, then? What does it mean that you destroyed them?
Woedica imprisoned Sapadal in the garden. I ended their power over the living lands.
I assume it is this god we have to thank for the roots tearing apart Paradise? They erupted from the earth the moment those bastards stood up their first siege tower.
Nakutadek was riven with those things, not to mention what they did to the land.
Similar roots had infected the structures at Naku Kubel. If they and the Dream Scourge were really the work of a god, and the other gods saw fit to cage this god, sounds like the Envoy did the Living Lands a favor in destroying them.
I released them from their suffering. It felt like the right thing to do.
The only humane end for a rabid dog is to put it down.
Sapadal was something new in the history of Eora, and you destroyed them. I cannot begin to fathom the loss.
Sapadal was Nandru's patron god. With them gone, what does that mean for the Wardens, for legacy?
This Sapadal could have put the Living Lands on the map. Who would dare stand toe-to-toe against a rogue god we controlled?
Well, whomever takes this island in the end will live in freedom from fear of a resurgent plague, thanks to you. But come, we have more pressing matters to attend to. The Steel Garrote have attacked Paradise. Inquisitor Ludwine has already joined the battle. She must have traveled like the wind to get here so fast.
I distinctly remember killing Ludwine on top of Mount Forja.
You did. I kicked her corpse when you weren't looking, just to be sure.
Well, she's seen better days, but you wouldn't know it judging by how she fights.
Ludwine's run through the militia like a whirlwind.
All right, let's keep the similes to ourselves.
No matter where I go in Eora, she's already there waiting for me.
A bit like you're being haunted, isn't it? Or cursed. But that's your affair. So long as her passion for Woedica lives, so too will her spirit.
Then we destroy her faith, and the rest of her will follow. I have a theory about this. Let's talk at camp if you want to hear it. But I think we can kill her.
Oh, good. That'll be easy.
It is not, I think, impossible.
What did you know about this attack, Ambassador?
Well, you might not believe me, But I didn't want any of this to happen. It was Ludwine who called for the attack.
I didn't hear an answer, Ambassador.
She and her steel garrote laid siege to the city shortly after you beat her to the garden.
Do we know the state of the city?
We've had no news from inside for several days. From what we can observe, southern Paradis is in pieces, and the remaining militia batters at the gates to no avail.
Is there nothing our people can do?
Given the state of our supply route after the Dream Scourge, and the Steel Garrote's destruction, we expect the people trapped inside will run short of fresh food and clean water in a matter of days.
What's the status of the opposition?
Thirdborn still suffers from the Dream Scourge. Though you may have ended the plague, Envoy, many in Shatterscarp still are not themselves. I could bring no more than a handful when we heard.
Likewise, my wardens are still reeling from effects of the eruption. The keep was saved, but there is much to repair, particularly if we are to endure a siege. Most of my men remain at the keep. I can't risk them against the Steel Garrote for the sake of Paradis, not when we are so few.
What are the plans for a counterattack?
Well, that's been a point of debate. We can't agree on how to stand against the Steel Garrote, nor who should lead the effort.
There are too few of us to risk an uncoordinated effort.
So you let the Paradis militia go it alone?
Even if our meager forces should make it inside,
The siege won't end until Ludwine does. And none of you know how to kill her.
precisely.
What does Ludwine hope to achieve here?
The lawful settlement of a new Adiran colony, supposedly. Or the establishment of a Wodekin state. She could win with a godlike in her ranks. Your presence would serve as a powerful endorsement.
Fat fucking chance of that.
Somewhere inside that hollow head of hers, I believe she always hoped she'd turn you to her side. Remember, she has an obligation to Wodica, a solemn oath. And neither the Steel Garrote nor the queen that was look kindly upon oathbreakers.
Why did Ludwine decide to attack Paradis now?
Because a victory here would discourage resistance elsewhere. The better question is, why didn't you stop her?
Excuse me? She's a 7-foot-tall skeleton powered by her devotion to the goddess of retribution. This isn't my fault.
Sure. Just blame the dead woman. Very mature.
Who else should I blame exactly? Our envoy, perhaps? For not stopping Ludwine in the tusks?
You could start with blaming your own incompetence.
Giada has a point, Ambassador.
Ludwine's the muscle. I'm merely the personality. What was I supposed to do? Frown her into submission?
What good are you as a diplomat if you can't even keep your own beast under control?
The Inquisitor was so convinced the Living Lands would unite against Adir that she's nearly made it true. One people, one law, one true God. That's Ludwine's vision for the Living Lands.
It's more than that, isn't it? The foundations of Adir are crumbling.
That's what Ludwine thinks. Adir doesn't revere Wodica as fervently as it once did. Worship of Mogrin, Berith, even Aethys has gained a foothold. Many no longer trust that the gods are listening. Some question whether they guide the wheel at all. The Empire lost its foothold in the Eastern Reach. The well-bred avoid child-rearing in pursuit of cosmopolitan pleasures. The Church is weak against them. In a world of soul against soul, Ludwine believes we have lost ours. The Empire must change, or it will die.
She talked like that in the past, but I didn't think she was serious.
Her devotion to her principles is the only thing that keeps her alive. To question them, even for a moment, would mean death. You and I both know she is not the only one in the Empire who feels this way. Even the Emperor can see, in some sense, that she's right. Why else would we be here?
You think the Living Lands would stabilize under Adiran rule?
Oh. I can't wait to see how you weasel out of this one.
I know it will. We are leading by example, returning order and dignity to Paradis in the wake of the Clavager's death. We will do the same to the frontier, given the chance.
Where was order and dignity when the Steel Garrote attacked my home?
My administration had nothing to do with that, as I know you know. Adiran rule and rule by the Steel Garrote would be markedly different beasts.
Spoken like a fucking diplomat. Splitting hairs when it all comes from the same head.
Order and dignity. That's what you think we're missing? Bastards! All of you!
You will take it all, whether the chance is given to you or not.
Did the Steel Garrote explore any alternatives before deciding to attack?
What passes between Ludwine and her men, or between Ludwine and the Emperor, for that matter, is not my affair. But if I had to guess, this was the alternative.
Your empire is doing what it does best. Stamping out dissent until surrender is the only option.
Your republics are hardly any different. Their intentions in the Deadfire were certainly not pure.
As you say, we left the republics for a reason.
Is this what the Emperor wants?
The Inquisitor answers only to Wodica. In attacking Paradis, she has dragged us all far beyond the bounds of the Emperor's desires.
Enough of this. What happens next?
I've answered your questions. Now I would like you, all of you, to answer mine. Ludwine has sent a message to the Emperor informing him of her attack. He will send advisors and reinforcements swiftly in response. What will his representatives find when they arrive? A new colony? A budding grave room? Before you face Ludwine, you should know what you're fighting for. All of you must decide, together. But whatever you decide, understand, the days of the frontier are done. Adir will come. Indeed, we are already here.
The leaders of the living lands will vote, and I will accept what they decide.
Envoy, be reasonable. This is not a good idea. Give these people an ounce of agency, and there's no telling what they'll do.
As it should be.
Wodica, have mercy on my soul. Well, what will the illustrious leaders of the living lands decide?
So this is what I want. I would prefer we keep to ourselves as we have, but if it will take all of us to repel your people, a united living lands it is.
Thirdborn can't clean up Shatterscarp alone. I'll take the Emperor's soldiers, and in exchange, a grave room.
Standing tall together, the living lands could be the envy of the world. I am for a united living lands.
Well, it's hardly unanimous, but the majority shall rule. This shall be a united living lands.
We deserve this opportunity. Thank you for believing in us.
Fighting a battle together is easy. I just hope everyone's willing to stick it out when it comes to the politics.
God, they made the right decision for once.
Finally, some sense permeates the proceedings.
On your head be the consequences. That leaves the matter of Ludwine and the Steel Garrote. She will never surrender, Envoy. You must kill her, or we will lose Paradis, and eventually the island.
Then I'll meet Ludwine on the battlefield. Let no man who stands before me try to stop me.
The living lands will never be free until we break the chain around our necks. Ludwine must die her final death.
She better say her goodbyes while she can.
I'm proud to fight at your side, Envoy. One last time.
Let's get to work then. We've got a walking corpse to bury.
The Paradis militia will be at your back. Give her no quarter. The future waits for you.
Kick her ass, Envoy.
We will send reinforcements to help you reclaim the Eastern Gate. From there, work your way to the main plaza.
Understood.
May all the gods of Eora and the living lands protect you.
Let's take back the city together. Show the Steel Garrote how the living lands takes care of its own.
Time to stop the Steel Garrote. Lead the way, Envoy.
Yeah, except for the part where we gotta talk about it. So Marius has something.
You should get some sleep. Big day coming up.
I can never sleep before a battle.
Makes sense. It's a lot to think about. I've been in a lot of dangerous situations, but it's always been a fight to survive. It's just a fight. Putting my life on the line for someone else's cause. It's the opposite of survival. It's foolishness.
You've been fighting for my cause all this time. Why is this different?
You helped me through some rough Sokka, Envoy. Your cause became my cause at that point. We're about to go out there and risk our lives for, what? A concept of how things ought to be? We might die, all to determine who sleeps in the nicest house in Paradise until the island decides it's time for a change. It's fine. Really. But it's some blessed day Sokka when you think about it.
I'm glad you're with us, Marius.
Right. Careful you don't get stuck in all that sap. I'll be all right, Envoy. You go get some blessed day rest.
Can't sleep? Neither can I. We're going into battle for the soul of the living lands, rallying under the banners of the Paradise militia. Your Emperor will not be pleased.
Screw him.
Indeed. When a godlike fights in battle, people take note of which side. The Adirans will doubt your loyalty. The locals will doubt your commitment. You may even doubt yourself. This is the first time you were told to pick a side. And I fear it won't be the last.
You're worried I'll change my mind?
Only a little bit. Just enough to keep me up at night. From what I understand, your ambassador is very persuasive, very powerful, and very accustomed to getting his way. For a politician like him, losing a battle is not a defeat. It's an opportunity. When he promises you the world, don't listen. He'll fill your head with lies if you let him.
Noted. Thanks for the warning.
I'm glad we understand each other. It's good to see you fighting for the misfits and rabble-rousers. Time for you to get some rest. We have a big day ahead of us.
We're going to be crossing paths with Ludwin again. Are you concerned?
In truth, I'm not as worried as I used to be. I've been thinking about the Inquisitor. Formulating a theory, you might say. A Death Guard clings to their existence by force of will. Stubbornness, unfinished business, that sort of thing. Ludwin is held together by faith, and that may be her undoing.
How so?
Faith is the foundation of her reality. Faith in the righteousness of the gods. But according to her faith, Sapadal should not exist. A new god independent of hers? Blasphemy. By that logic, you shouldn't exist either. And yet here you are.
How do I use that to my advantage?
By staying alive, of course. You are the godlike of a heretical god. A contradiction to her reality. Can you imagine how much she needs you to die? Her entire worldview depends on it. Who knows? Maybe that uncertainty is enough to make her mortal again. Or maybe not. I'm just theorizing as I go. Whatever happens, I want to see it for myself. For the research.
How do you feel about the future of the living lands?
When I agreed to travel with you, I didn't think I'd find myself at the center of a political upheaval. So imagine my surprise when you gave the Living Lands a chance to unite, to prove itself, and to stand tall before its enemies. Granted, it was an uphill climb. The Dream Scourge exposed our weaknesses, our vulnerabilities. But thanks to our struggle, the island finally knows itself. Now we can decide who we want to become. I can't wait to see what we do with that freedom.
Freedom was always yours. Adir had no right to it.
Agreed. We fought hard just to defend what's ours. But to answer your question, the future looks bright for a change.
You worried about the siege?
Is it really that obvious? No matter who wins or loses, the Living Lands won't be the same. In my heart, I know that's a good thing. Life is impossible without change. And change can be frightening. I just want to put this behind us. I want it to be over. You want to talk?
No, never
You
mind.
too.
Alright.
After everything we've been through, I won't let you down.
Yeah, and he's got nothing. Alright, that's it then. Final fight time for real now, actually. All third-born people are here. We're just gonna skip past that.
One for you!
Good shooting, Kai.
Let the worst come. I am ready.
And rough! I'll take the best shot.
Easy.
Take Worth and rough! Stop right there. Next one's mine.
Oh, he just straight up burned to death. That was horrible.
On your right.
Whoa! God damn.
Another win. Who's counting?
How do I... Ah, here we go.
Take Worth and rough! Show me what
Sorry, Dorso. Good fuck. Just tanked a hit from the ogre. Wow, he survived that, huh?
Go ahead. I'll hang back and watch the gate.
That'll teach you!
We'll just go for flat damage boosts, why not? These guys are okay-ish. Yeah, I'm just gonna run past all of the people that we know. Mostly because it's not super duper important to see that stuff again.
Right behind you.
I'm not used to quiet.
Envoy. I thought you left town weeks ago.
Steel Garou has gone too far. I'm here to put a stop to it.
About time. You're the only one Ludwig will listen to.
Are there any other survivors?
I saw a few on my way here. I imagine they've been waiting for this to happen for a long time. Listen, one of the Garot's units is scouting up ahead, maybe 5 strong. I wouldn't want to fight them if I were you. Take this key. It'll unlock the gate to the canals. You can thank the captain who forgot it.
I appreciate it. Never change, Juliana.
Why should I? It's always worked before. I wish someone had stood up to the Steel Garot a long time ago. But, well, you're here now. That's what matters. Good luck.
Yeah, and this is where everybody else is hanging out. Nothing really too different.
Well, the fighting's died down.
I knew it. As soon as I saw that stash at Fort North.
She's right. We can't go now. Then when? Should we wait till the Garot set this bar alight?
They have thaumaturges out there. You saw them. I'm with you. Well struck.
Eckworth and Rob!
Found you.
How do I get up there? I guess they could just jump. That'll do it too. Oh, the stairs, yeah. That would make sense.
Get them.
Oh, I missed him? There we go. Oh, but it didn't knock him off or nothing. Oh, I fell in. Damn. I was trying to avoid that. I'll just let them do all the fighting. Let's try this ability out again.
One for you!
Crazy. That is a fun one. I do like being able to just spam my abilities like that.
Envoy over here. What exactly do you think you're doing?
Liviana, don't you ever take a break?
You nearly died in my clinic. Correction, you did die. And now look at you, fighting the Steel Garrote. What have you got to say for yourself?
Nice to see you too, Liviana.
Well, at least you're alive. Try and keep it that way. Kai, is this your doing?
Come on. I couldn't have kept him out of the action if I wanted to.
I knew you were a bad influence. We're patching up folks as best we can, but I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. War is a damn bloody mess.
Always has been. Always will be.
You'd know better than anyone. I can't say I approve of you leaping into the fray, but it's always nice catching up with a former patient. Wait a second. Jada? Jada Castell? What are you doing in the middle of this?
Surviving. It's good to see you, Liviana. Unfortunately, we're on a tight schedule. Do you need anything? Money? Supplies?
Once this is over, I could always use another pair of hands at the clinic. The invitation's still open.
Thank you, but I've decided to tough it out as an animancer. On my own terms. Can you manage without me?
Are you kidding? I'm happy for you. Besides, I've got Chico on bandage duty. I just wanted you to know there's a place here whenever you want it. Gods be with you, Envoy. For my sake, try not to die a second time.
Come on. You know this. You practiced with Uncle Capo 100 times. Tight, but not too tight. You don't want to cut off the blood flow.
Envoy!
Egworth and Roth!
You're mine!
Fuck.
Egworth and Roth!
Not bad, Envoy!
So, I've always been really curious about the gigantic mag folk in the background, just kind of setting things on fire. How do we fight that? What's the plan to beat that? You know what I mean? Like, how the fuck?
I can take care of the plaza on my own.
And stay down.
But yeah, it's just like, you see that thing and you kind of think to yourself, okay, are we gonna have to fight that? Like, what in the fuck? And nobody talks about it, nobody mentions it, nobody's even like, oh man, look at that thing over there, you know, oh boy. Like, no, nobody's even talking about it. It's like, does anyone at all want to bring up the fact that there's a giant fucking monster rummaging through the city? Like, anybody.
Ludwine's lost it. She's hunting everyone and everything. Even you.
I still can't get over that Militia Captain Sinric here is the only person with a cape in the entire game.
Monica demands your submission. Stand against her and fall.
That's Ludwine ahead. Lead on.
I'm with you to the end.
Alright, so this is where we save game again. Because there's two ways to go about this. Hang on. Oh, okay, I thought that was something for a minute. I was like, what's going on over here, huh? Anything interesting?
There you are! On. Come.
You know what the craziest part is? Giada wants to talk.
To me.
But like, what am I supposed to do? Run back to the, Can I just walk past her? I can just walk past Ludwig. Okay, bye.
You will go no further.
It'd be really funny if I could just walk past her, but no, I guess not.
You're
I'm
testing
so...
my patience, Envoy.
Alright.
So, you survived the garden. Did you come all this way just to try your luck again? To kill me more efficiently than last time?
You've died twice by my count. Maybe third time's the charm. Ludwig, I don't want to kill you, I just want this to end.
Our conflict was foretold the moment you were born. You can no more avoid it than I can die. Look around, Envoy. Heelguard should have listened. He tried to bring order through compromise. He failed. Order is meant to be imposed by a stern, guiding hand.
The living lands will unite and remain free. There's nothing you can do about it.
You can tell Wodaka yourself once we've sent you back to the wheel.
Don't insult my intelligence or my commitment to the cause. Treaties can be burned. The hands which shook over whatever deal you struck can be lopped off at the wrist. As for you, Sapadal may be gone, but their offspring remains. And I cannot suffer even a remnant to live. Congratulations on being the last of your kind.
You asked me to kill Sapadal, and now you're asking me to die.
I'm merely finishing what you started. Steel yourself, Envoy. Make this a fight to remember, even in death.
Holy shit. Oh, you're kidding. I'm one intellect or perception off of that. Oh, that's so lame. It's Envoy Gerald. Ludwig, it's me. You know me. Don't do this.
I certainly thought I knew you. It's amazing how a beating heart can affect one's judgment. But I don't know what you are now. Consider death my parting gift in recognition of our time together. I give you freely that which I can never have.
I still... Ah! That's hilarious. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Why not? That's the most interesting option out of these. I still love you, Ludwig.
Ugh. Some things I will never understand.
I'm sorry, Envoy. There's no way this ends well.
Then join me in death.
There's no coming back this time. Prepare yourself for the next world.
Let's finish this. Together.
You showed such promise, Envoy. What a shame it has to end, but...
This is what we prepared for. No quarter.
Whoa! Queen among queens!
God damn, that's so satisfying.
Worth and wrong!
Worth and Roth!
Quick as a fox!
Worth and wrong!
So I'm still a little confused as to exactly why they think
Worth and Roth!
like what is it that Giada thinks that we can actually do, especially now, like actively. Because Ludwin is very much like, holy shit, look at that stun. Ow.
Worth and wrong!
I blocked that.
Again! Won't it help me! One last time! Nice shot! Ethic worth and wrong!
Speed up!
Grow up!
Fuck me, I can't even get close to it.
Left leg!
Fuck me! Can I get up? Alright.
Okay.
You're kidding.
Monica! Where are you? No! Don't abandon me now!
Desperate, Envoy! This is it!
You're bleeding!
Heal yourself!
Nicely done!
So that's it. It just kind of plays out the
Wherever
same way. She
Ludwig
just
is
kind
now,
of dies.
she must be seething.
Of course, we'd be happy to kill her again, if needed.
She's done for, but we're not. Whatever's next, we'll face it. Together.
Gods, you're all gonna make me sick. But carry on.
I honestly don't remember that conversation in the really bad ending. In the possession ending, I don't recall that at all. Or if it did happen, it just didn't hit the same because it wasn't me anymore.
Silence falls over Paradise, as though the city is holding its breath. Then you hear it, the ringing of a distant bell, the waving of banners, and cheers of victory. After a short and bloody conflict, the dust has finally begun to settle. There is an absence in your thoughts where Sapadal dwelled. Once, the god of the living lands would have flinched at this rare moment of tranquility. Instead, they are one with the silence. The Paradise militia rallies to you, the outsider who defended them in their hour of need. Whatever happens next, you have won their confidence. You take a moment to reflect on the calm. Not so long ago, you arrived at these shores on a simple errand, which turned out to be anything but simple. The Dream Scourge is over, and the island has been cleansed of plague. A time of healing and mourning follows. People look to you for answers about the source of the affliction. You tell them the truth, how the origin of the plague has been destroyed, put out of its misery, and leave it at that. Thanks to you, the Living Lands has escaped Adiran oppression. The free settlements unite under a common banner and begin the fraught process of negotiating new traditions and values. The Empire withdraws. The frontier remains wild, but not for long. For the rebels of Paradise, this is not a victory they can share. Fearing your wrath, they retreat deeper into the wilderness, taking their secrets and ideals with them. The refugees of Emerald Stair resettle in Thirdborn, bringing their skills and research to aid the local community. What starts as an uneasy partnership blossoms into a bond of trust. Through shared adversity, they find common ground. In time, the people of Emerald Stair return to their city of Fior Messiverno. Research yields new developments in the struggle against nature. Technology is shared among the united settlements. The Empire cannot get in the way of progress. Though free, Shatterscarp is still haunted by the surviving Dream Thralls after the destruction of Naku Kubel. The routine hunt for the remaining monsters becomes part of Thirdborn's everyday life, another chore atop a hardscrabble existence with few comforts. The youthful make a game of the hunt, retrieving artifacts from the dead to return to those they left behind. Solace Keep clings to its long-held isolation at first, but after mourning her friend Kostya, Mihala reluctantly deigns to open the doors of the fortress. Some dwarves greet newcomers with glee. Others still mutter darkly about outsiders. Mihala flounders in her earliest negotiations with the rest of the Living Lands, but slowly learns compromise. She develops a taste for Valian sweets. When Kai returns to Thirdborn, he's no longer running. He finds a town that's been diminished by struggle, conflict, and tragedy. He finds home. He helps repair Thirdborn's walls and train its defenders, carrying on Tama's legacy. And while his labors do not restore all that was lost, they build something new. With many of his anxieties and lifelong fears addressed,
Marius now feels very differently than he did when he first met the Envoy. Still far more comfortable in the wilds than among people, he nonetheless finds that his worries about the unknown were merely self-protection against the traumas of his childhood. Armed with this knowledge, he finds himself more capable of living in civilization, and far less fearful of his home in Galawain's tusks. While he never regains his former place as a Warden of Solace, he spends his time traveling between Solace and Thirdborn, acting as a stubborn ambassador between the two. Giada continues to improve as an animancer. She dedicates her work to the spiritual health of the living lands, nurturing instead of exploiting. Others follow her example, seeking her tutelage from lands far and wide. In the years to come, rumors spread of a secret society gathering in the wilderness, where animancers work in harmony with nature. The dream of Fior Mes Iverno lives on in her. No longer under the threat of imminent death, Yatsley returns to the Animancers. Reunited with her beloved Quilici, she helps him and the Animancers as they put their lives together after the attack on Fior Mes Iverno. Eventually, she even has something nice to say to Vidaro. As the days pass in contentment and relative peace, Yatsley is struck by the persistent feeling that something is missing. Though she still devotes herself to her studies of both the arcane and the godless, the restlessness never goes away. Alone in your thoughts, you feel endless opportunities stretching out before you. This is the freedom Sapadal never had. You promise to cherish it. The sounds of celebration pull you out of reverie. Many are waiting to greet you with open arms. You take a moment to catch your breath and savor it, because everything is about to change.
Well, as far as endings go, I like that one much better than the one that I got initially. That one was nowhere near as depressing. I am gonna load the save I just made, though, because I am morbidly curious